Honeybee hives in your windows. This is a method I've come up with all on my own. I breed my own queens all summer long. It's Michigan. We have short summers. The larger colonies go out here underneath the roof. It's April 6th. My colonies have just started really expanding. I'm making sure they have the proper frames for the queens to lay in. I don't use a nuc box. I use a regular deep with an insulated filler that I've invented all on my own. It's R15. This polystyrene doesn't seem to hurt the bees, so I only put the underlayment on one side, and that goes up against the bees. And the insulation's 3 inches insulation, and that goes up against the side of the deep inside. Now these are normal bottom boards and normal bottom screens. And this shim here, I've developed this. It has a, I'll show you over here. This is my feeding shim. I can put pollen patty, strips of pollen patty and sugar in there, and I got a screen here so for there to have airflow. Bottom screen down there, bottom board, and this is the platform for the hive entrance feeder. If I have loose bees, I gather them up, put them in jars, and put them in the entrance feeder. Check out my other videos. And if you see my videos from earlier this year and from last winter, a year ago, I stacked them in the windows. And when spring comes and I start moving them out, I leave the smallest ones in the windows to keep them warm. We've had a warm spell, but it's going to get cold again. And I'm going through checking my colonies to see if they're going to be all right. And I've found a couple that have actually shrunk. And I'm concerned about them. I'm going to have to find a frame of brood or whatever. But anyway, if they're in the window, they stay fairly warm. There's about 40s, 50s in here. They don't freeze, basically, is what I'm getting at. And this one here was my smallest colony, and a week ago I added a frame of brood. And now I'm checking, make sure the queen's still doing well. I add the queen like most people would. You put her in a cage, take her out for a few hours. The smaller the colony, the shorter time they need to comprehend there's no queen. And then when you hear that roar, you can put that queen back in. She's in the cage, put her back in, and then wait a half a day or so, and then check before you release her to see how they're treating her. And they'll start with a new queen. That's why it's nice to have large colonies and small colonies. If I need a queen with a large colony that lost her queen, I can take one of my nucs and combine them. And I can't see what I'm doing. It's smoking here. I don't use gloves or veil. I just use smoke. I haven't been in these hives here recently. So I just open up the doors and I let the smoke just go, and you don't actually have to smoke the hive. It's enough smoke in here. So anyway, beehives in the windows. It works. You can breed your own colonies all summer long. You just got to make sure you have enough windows. And make sure they're on the south side of your house, because that's where all the sunlight's going to hit during the winter. And these here on the deck, I'm going to be moving them away from the windows as I add another deep to get them away from, I don't want them blocking the hives in the windows. I'll pull them out here, and eventually they're going to be out here at the edge of my deck. So, and then I've got, those are my breeding areas there for my mating nucs. What I do during the summer, all my mating nucs go out here in these road sign posts, and I may add a few more. I created 60 new colonies last summer out of about 100 tries or so, all summer long. June, July, August, and part of September. Okay, thank you. I found that queen. She's right there. She's doing well. And the advantage of my system, they could use some more frames. I can give them 2 more frames and leave 1 insulated filler in here, and there'd be a 7 frame. Or I can go ahead and I can take out both insulated fillers and give them 5 more frames. Because she's got 3 frames of brood. And I think there's enough bees in here to go ahead and give them 10 frames. So it's a very clever system. I don't have to worry about taking frames out of a nuke box and sticking them in a deep. They're already in there, and I number my deeps. So that queen 38 will always stay in 38 till the day she dies. Okay, thank you.